Here we go. Stream will be synced up very shortly. It's not even a couple seconds off at the moment. Always go through the left door. Nice candles. Good candles. This is no out of bounds. Loser's bracket, Luigi's mansion. Loser goes home. They are out of the tournament. It is double elimination for the tournament. However, like I said, only Mini remains in winners. He's the only one that has the luxury of losing one more game. Don't know if Grand Finals is best of 3 or not, but anyway, we got this race to decide first. HD heavily favored. Bit of a demon for Switchmaster in these tournaments. He has never lost to Switchmaster, so Switchmaster is trying to reverse the curse and upset HD and kick him out of the tournament, which would be very exciting. But HD is pretty good at this game. And an early missed double. Except that double is not a turn your notifications off, bro. Nice notification sound. So yeah, you only missed that first double on purpose, and the rest of them you get there in the wardrobe room. So, Switch is only a little bit behind. It's very early. For much of the race I was watching earlier, Blue Hits was ahead. It was like 80-20, I want to say. Like Blue Hits was ahead, and then Joven just squeaked in there at the last like thing you have to execute, the boss. It was quite the race. I'm sure there's a VOD of it available as we take on Neville. HD having no trouble with that. Neither player maintaining low percent, which saves fractions of a second in between areas. It's not really that big of a deal. Just kind of a neat thing. Saves time. Pretty identical, Lydia's. And we're on to the first boss. Chauncey. How you go about rocking this horse and shooting this ball saves matters of seconds depending on how quick you do it. And Switch takes the lead, in fact, because his setup was very optimal. So good for him. Something we're still not quite sure of is if it's possible to shoot Chauncey like before before the text comes up. We don't think the hitbox is actually there, because I've seen Skazi come like really, pretty much hits him. But I don't think Chauncey's hitbox is active until afterwards. So catch the first ball, always comes in the same place as long as you stand and back up right when he does a visual cue. Easy. It's an easy boss. Tricky part is this right here. You can get him to bounce on your head and save a few frames. I don't think either player really executed that to its fullest potential, but it's not a big deal. Purposely get hit here. The knock preserves your iframes for a little bit, so if you ever wondered why knocking is useful, well, right there. Preserves your iframes. And then we are not going behind the chest and walking through the ceiling and clipping down to the basement and finishing the game. That would be cheating. This is no out of bounds, so here we go. All the way through the game. Legit. Switchmaster with about a 2-second lead. Not even. 1.9 seconds. So let's switch to his audio. Now area 2 is where the RNG starts to occur. And the runners are gonna start to begin to gain and lose time in ways that are out of their control. Where area 1 was just pure execution, basically tied area 1. Anytime you get scared in these hallways, that's like a second, so don't get scared. Taking damage, there's HD, it's really not a huge deal at all to take damage. You're in no danger of dying in this version of the game. These these Shy Guy doubles are very hard to do fast. They take a lot of finesse. And HD showing that he's really solid at him, just takes the lead right there. And gets early release. So he just randomly saved 10 seconds on Switchmaster. Even though he was complaining in chat about how the other guy always gets early release and he does not. So it shows what complaining in chat does for your luck. Switchmaster lands just past the chest. Check out HD here. He just did the poster skip, so he ripped the poster off the wall without opening the wall and goes for the quick hit there. That is the ballsy setup. And I think Switchmaster got it. Yeah. He also does the ballsy setup. And nice early release, nice 9:49 early release. Early release, boo release. He also got early release and Switchmaster didn't, so 10 seconds. 10 seconds to HD because he got lucky. Now, all the boos are in the mansion, and they're gonna cause our runners some trouble because they're in random spots, and some of them have a lot of health later on. Goes for the tech skip, even though the hump's there. Ill-advised, but I respect it. Going for the maximum time save if it was possible, but it's not. So it is possible for Switchmaster. He misses the misses it a couple times, and then doesn't get the boo luck he wants. So we get the tech skip here, but that's setup, man. Barely got the tech skip. It was good that he got it, because if he didn't, he'd be a lot more behind than he is right now, and getting some questionable luck as HD did a little surging himself in the next room, so maybe Switch can just get a nice wardy right here. Nice shoe. And he does, so maybe that's a little bit of time save there. Players can go for a boo double in this room. It's extremely risky, but it would save some time. HDLax is not. You can't always go for it. They really need to be in one of those last two chairs. And then manipulating this guy to go down is really hard. So he's just doing the safe thing. And Switch is going to go for it, or at least he tried, but I believe that was a boo ball. So, respect. Man was going to lay it all on the line right here. 12 minutes in, but yeah, that was a boo ball. So the race will continue like this. About a room behind. HD is very consistent, so might take a while for Switch to get a break here. Alright, HD has to set up Fire Warp here. Doesn't get the luck he wants. So, chance for Switchmaster to maybe make up a little time there, but you can find the boo like right away, right as the room lights up like right now. Which he does not really. A little better. Both players get Fire Warp. Which is saving and quitting as you grab the fire medallion, which skips attacks and warps you to the front, so accomplishes 2 tasks. It's really fast. When you're playing on your Wii, it's recommended if you're gonna reset to like pause and quit or use the soft reset, because the reset button's really close to the power button, so you don't want to turn your Wii off on accident. Good position on Nestor there. And Switch has had decent position, but just didn't quite get the light. It could be tricky trying to light up Nesta. Leaving the hat on the ground because we're going to use it to do a strategy. He got it with his toes. It's always like, yeah, see, like that Switch picked up very early. So it's just, it's precise. It's not too bad, but you gotta not accidentally pick up the hat while you're doing the room, and then you gotta pick it up like at a pretty precise time to only look at the hat and not the chest. It's quite handy. And we're gonna fly through this room just to find the boo. There's $1 million in this room, but all we want is the boo. Boo is all you need to go fast. There he is. That is the last time we're gonna see the text skip on HD's screen. That is Japanese exclusive. And there it is, last time we see it. It's just so smooth. Makes the game flow better. They should have just kept it. So she plays Super Mario Bros. 3 or the water theme from Mario Bros. 1. And in the removed content, she plays the Tataka's song, or just Tataka's song, but you have to put some cheat codes in to get her to play that. But it's in the game. Mario Bros. 3 is the bad luck because you have to move the cursor up or down 1. Which means you have to do stuff. Alright. Don't know why I opened the Game Boy Horror there, but I don't question HD's wisdom. Switch falling a bit behind you just by sheer cadence of HD's gameplay. He's just so quick about it. HD comfortably in the lead. Comfy mansion. comfy mansion where we watch Luigi purposely get mauled by a dog to save frames. Sounds cozy. Causes that skeleton ghost named Mr. Bones to spawn like a whole 2 cycles sooner. It's really important that you let him bite you. And right here you can abuse the fact that you can like stand kind of close to these guys and flash your flashlight and just kind of wait for the other dude to come over. That was some nice skeleton abuse. You can definitely do it faster than that. That was nice and consistent. See what Switch does. Same sort of thing. See how he flashes it? Yeah. That's the meta. And then you can be like insane and go for like long range, crazy fast shots. Or you can ascend. So here's Bogmire. You gotta get him in 1 cycle to do it fast, obviously. Oh, he's getting dragged. I'm seeing a lot of toes. Oh, okay. So this is the 1 cycle. And this spawn is interesting. Right next to those guys, okay. They end up kind of just not being a big deal, but 2 cycles, 2 cycles, so loses a little time. Not nearly enough to forfeit the lead, but moment here for Switchmaster too. Step up. That is a 1 cycle if I've ever seen one. Very nice. So gains a little time there, but still about a cutscene behind. So in Area 3, the mansion's gonna open up a lot. We're gonna see a bunch of different areas besides just like the first floor. So because of that, you start having to walk more. Further you get in the game, the more you walk. I think Luigi has good boots, good supportive shoes, good insoles, so he's all set. Mario, on the other hand, lost his shoe. He still had to find it. Speak of the devil. There's his letter, by the way. Here's a trick. That was really fast. RNG mouse. Doesn't matter. So this tech skip they set up, that does matter. See if Switchmaster got this. He did, and that was a nice shot. So you can shoot it when you're going up the stairs too. You don't have to shoot it like right as you enter the hallway. See if he gets this text skip. That would be a no. Just wasn't in the right spot. Switchmaster opting to not set it up. And Nana has balls. Those are pretty good balls. Doing a little adventure to get this guy, but felt like a good enough find. Found him quickly enough. So far, HD has just overall been playing more solid and has also gotten good RNG as well, so his pace is rather solid compared to Switchmaster's at the moment. About a room ahead, and Switchmaster just let the boo get away, so that's a bummer. See if we can get it back, at least into Nana's room. Yes. Hooray. The run is saved. While HC is doing Astro Room, which I watched both runners spaghetti last race. HD very fluid, except he doesn't go for the triple. The heck. I'm not even sure how much time the triple saves, but it's a triple. Nice. Demonstrating how to use the fire there to get the triple. HD does not miss Moonshot. Doesn't get the RNG to get the quick shot. Had to adjust the angle a bit. Not too bad. Good shot. So now projector room, the grabbers that you can't see are back. Fun fact, you also can't use your fire on them. You have to catch them with your vacuum. Can't cheese them. Gotta get these triples. Good setups. That was a good read there on the projector. See if he goes for the save and quit. As long as something's in your hand, as we learned, you can save and quit and then leave, but that's not what he's gonna do. He's gonna use the mirror. A little bit of a different setup for Switchmaster, but it accomplishes the same thing. Getting the trip. And you can re-up your fire in Neville's room while you catch this boo. It's pretty handy, because you're going to need it for this next room where you use your fire skip right there to get Luigi moving a little bit quicker. You just press L when you enter the room when you have fire. Or anytime you're entering or taking out the flashlight. It's called a flashlight, or vacuum cancel rather. Same thing really. Flashlight is a vacuum, vacuum is flashlight. Getting the lamp RNG is always it's always the last place you check. Unfortunate. HD about to defeat the twins. It's a nice position. Switch just unfortunately opens the drawer on accident trying to open that door. It sort of pokes out pretty far. You can also accidentally leave if you're trying to knock on the dartboard, so just use your vacuum and that won't happen. So yeah, I think they both get like average luck on the twins. Trying to set up this tech skip. It's pretty free. Second shot on that attempt to mirror warp though. That's part of the run. This part of the run needs no explanation. Besides the fact that you catch Clairvoyant slightly differently than most other Portrait Ghost. You rotate the stick. At least you can rotate the stick. If you try to do that on any other Portrait Ghost, you're gonna have a hard time. So 20 boos is all we need to get through the door, but gonna get another one because it's already in the Safari room. And by going into the hidden room and grabbing that boo, that means you can either get Vanguard boo or Breaker Room boo. And these guys. Probably gonna go for Breaker Room. Very nice Safari room. Decently well executed. That suck up was kind of slow. Yes, HD is in the lead by a lot. Barring a 3-cycle Bulossus. Should maintain this lead heading into Area 4. And that's not a bad Safari room for Switch. Chest glitch though. Apparently chest glitch happens when you just don't look up, or you don't press up, like directly up enough. Or waited until you were pressing directly up enough. Because every chest, except for a couple, is facing down. So bounce them off. Grab the ice. The ice didn't go out of bounds, so that's something that could have happened. And you saw Switch pause there. That was intentional to switch the controls. That's a really good looking Bulossus. Yeah, good. Nicely done. See what Switchmaster can do with this pivotal boss. A lot of the other bosses have a minor margin of time loss, but Bulossus can lose you a lot of time. Like, that ice wasn't really in a great spot on the right, so he's backing it up here and looking for the left one, which is in a much better spot. Turns around, gets quite a lot of them. That was a good backup. Considering the circumstances, that was definitely more than acceptable. Like comparing it to HD's Boolossus, his ice was in the perfect spot on the right side. And that ice element does whatever it wants. I believe the winner of the whole tournament gets a little pot bonus. There's a way to donate more to it. Probably more details on that in the LM Discord. That's for the whole tournament, though, I believe. Not just this match. We still got a couple more players that need to get eliminated. From our epic gauntlet of an any percent no out of bounds tournament that started back in June. You have to be committed and consistent, playing a lot of Mansion if you want to win. Or at least be willing to play a lot of Mansion and just be a prodigy. Wouldn't we all like to be LM prodigies? So here it is, the hardest trick in the run. He failed. Wasn't a ton of pressure in the situation. So maybe that factored in. Just didn't feel like he really needed it. Got half of the setup. Certainly went for it. Spoilers in chat, and there he is. Sometimes you go right back and That's where he is. Switch with a valiant effort. Gets him down to 13. It's a really hard trick. The race I watched earlier, both runners got it. That's pretty rare. Definitely more common for both runners to miss it. So he'll probably go check if he went back, and if he's not, he's in the pipe room, which is unfortunate. This boot giving him a little issue here in the... yeah. And that happens sometimes. And so does that. So about as unfortunate as a basement as you could hope for. But we march forward anyway. So HD's coming up to the Clockwork Knights, or the Clockwork Soldiers. They're a lot of HP. So it's just it's a power play. Power play for the Portrait Ghosts. Good suck. Doesn't want to go for the double, that's fine. It's risky and tricky and doesn't always save as much time as it should. But it definitely can save a lot of time. Doesn't go for my trick. What the heck? That's what you get. The Boston burn karma is actually real. Because that same thing happened in Blue Hit's run. He didn't do my strat, and then he like got hit by the Shy Guy or something. Just go for the sextuple, man. The LM gods will smile upon you. So Armory Room is super technical. If you want to do it fast, you gotta use a bunch of scare skips, which involves taking out the Game Boy horror like that. You see that Luigi doesn't get scared, and so that just allows you to keep acting. He's got the timing of it down, so that he's not like wasting time sitting there in the camera too. It's not too bad, really. It's like just press X. Oof. But it's already something you gotta practice if you're not, if you weren't just doing it to begin with. So we'll see how Switch abuses it as well. It's pretty helpful. It's very helpful in this room. In other rooms you can do it, but it doesn't save as much time as it does in the Armory Room. The Armory Room is super helpful. He gets the triple. And HD saving and quitting. There's a mirror in this room, but saving and quitting just saves you from having to use that. Hey, you use the mirror. So you don't actually have to do this room. Switch might, because he could look for his boo that went in there. Or he could just say screw it and go for Vanguard boo. So, we'll see. See what he decides to do. Just, yeah, it's very, very cluttered in the pipe room. Now, Weston shouldn't be a problem, but sometimes is. Nice. Yeah, you can see like he whips you around, but HD got a good start on it, so it helped. Also, picking up those pearls before you grab this boo is pretty essential. Misses the one cycle on the boo. See what he gets him to do here. Nice. So that's a 2 cycle. King Boo Crown Theft is still on the table. It's always on the table. It is the table. So this isn't HD's best performance in the tournament, but it's a race, so you don't have to get world record to do well in the race. Turns out you just have to do better than the guy you're racing against. And switch using the save and quit. You save and quit a few times. Let's see if he goes for the optimal. No. If you get 2 of them, then suck one up. You save like a second, but HD has checked out on this run. Wouldn't even be surprised if he 3 cycles, but he's probably so checked out that he's gonna 2 cycle anyway, because he just doesn't care. you always got to find that middle ground as a gamer, as a competitor, as a player. You don't want to care too much, because then you get like too geeked up, and then you also don't want to like not care at all, become like totally lethargic, because then you're just not trying. So it's like between trying really hard and not trying. That's where you want to try to stay. At least that's seems to be a good mindset. It's what I do. But not everyone's like me. I'm sure there's people that like need to stay geeked up in order to stay interested, or need to be completely disconnected. Everyone's different, but not everyone has a 56. So he chooses not to go for the gem glitch going into this cutscene for some reason. So King Boo's crown will remain firmly attached to his cranium. While Switchmaster finishing up Van Gogh himself. Got all the booze, so rip Van Gogh boo. Peace. And he's descending to go to the same place HD's at right now. Oh hey. It's Spiky Turtle. Something's off though, something's different. Wait a minute. That ain't no Spiky Turtle. It's King Boo. So the most damage you can do is something in between the range of like 275-ish. Maybe. So you can get him in 2 cycles. That's the best you can do. And then you can make those cycles faster depending on how well you catch him. You can see he moves around pretty oddly, and he likes to go up a lot, so you gotta go under him to get him to go down. Nice 2 cycle. He got the crown theft. Or something. What just happened? He just cranked me, dude. What the heck was that, dude?
Or you may.
Cycles faster depending on how well you catch him. You can see he moves around pretty oddly, and he likes to go up a lot, so you gotta go under him to get him down. Nice 2 cycles. That was disrespectful.
Greetings, homeboy.
How's it going?
Good.
I have never seen that either.
Oh yeah, if you just open the Game Boy Horror on the same frame that you collect the crown, it doesn't pick it up.
Oh, I'm just not, too familiar with frame perfect glitches that lose time. But yeah. Okay, now we know.
Then it just drops on the ground, and if you interact with it, he'll pick it up, but it's just invisible.
It's invisible. I'm like, I didn't see it on the ground.
Yeah. But yeah, that run sucked. I played bad, Switch played bad, but I played less bad, so I win.
You just got another 2 cycle, right? You just got a sub 1? I don't have a sub 1. 59-59, boom. That's amazing. You guys are both amazing.
Good game, Switchmaster 64, I think. Yeah.
I don't know if he's joining us or not. So what else?
Um,
Besides the run sucked.
well, let me tell you. That's it. I can't think of anything positive to say.
You got Joven in your future chances of doing well against him, or are we gonna get another blue hits Joven like earlier where it was just...
Well, let me tell you, I've surprised myself with performance in this tournament. So far, I have the best time with a 56.52, and I've also gotten a 57.12, and some other good 57s. It's just this one, not so great. I kind of checked out of this run at Bogmeyer.
What, that early?
Yeah.
It took me longer than that to figure it out, but anyway, that's it. HD wins, so we'll be going on to take Joven on in the